Welcome to Man Cave Media. Today we are looking at a cool little cage slash case for the new M4 Mac Mini. So a few weeks back, no, actually it's been a little over a month now. Actually, I bought myself one of the new M4 Mac Minis. Now they've been out for a long time, so I didn't bother doing an unboxing of it or anything like that. All the hype had passed. There's plenty of videos out there about the Mac Mini if that's what you're interested in. But I bought this case for it that makes it look like a Mac Pro, which is pretty cool. The company is called Ulanzi, and there are several of them out there now. At the time I bought this one, it was the only one. But there's several copycats out there now that are actually a little bit better, and I'll get into that a little bit more in a moment. But right now, let's go ahead and unbox this guy and set it up, shall we? All right, let's go ahead and get into this box. See what we got going on here. There's the case straight away. So it looks like they include a little Allen key, or actually it looks more like Torx. And the case itself, this thing's pretty cool, man. This thing's pretty cool. I like it. And that is all. Pretty simple unboxing experience here. Nothing too crazy. All right, so first impressions of this thing is it's pretty cool, man. I like it. I really like it. So one thing to point out, I said I was going to get into this more later. There are other versions of this out now from other brands that, in my opinion, are a little bit better, and I'll explain. So this guy is actually pretty true to the design of the Mac Pro, and it does have magnets, so this will remove, so you can have access to the front panel, and that's where the copycats are better, where they actually have larger holes, and they cut them in such a way where the USB-C ports on the front of the Mac Mini are accessible. So if you use the front USB ports on your Mac Mini, you might want to go for another brand, because this one you have to pull the front off to access those front ports. So that's the one drawback. Like I said, they do have other brands out there now that do that front panel a little better. Another thing to mention is that this, damn, why is it so wobbly all of a sudden? Another thing to mention is that this fixes the power issue. I never saw it as an issue. I just put my Mac to sleep like Apple intended. But a lot of people that complain about the location of the power button, when you put it in this case, it's sitting upright and the power button is now here. So you don't have to reach underneath anymore. It's there. So you can stop whining about that. I mean, sorry, it fixes that location, like I said, I never really had an issue with that. I just put my Mac to sleep the way Apple intended. But that being said, let's go ahead and shut down my Mac Mini so we can get it installed in this guy and see how it looks. Right, I have my Mac Mini here, and I imagine this is going to be a pretty straightforward process. Go back to the overhead. Go ahead and take off this panel. Ooh, those are torqued down pretty tight. My goodness. So I'm sure I have a bit for this in my iFixit kit, but I wanted to show you how to do it using the provided tool. But if you have an iFixit kit or something like that, I probably would use that. These are torqued down pretty tight, and this tool is pretty clumsy. So It's not the best experience, but it works. All right. That panel just pops off. It does have some dowels to kind of hold it in place. So you got to pop it straight out. And then this guy is going to sit just like so. Oh man, this looks cool. This looks really cool. I like this. All right, so we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to hold it up here, putting this panel back on, because if you set it down, it pops back out. Because the fan, the intake for the fan kind of sticks out on the other side. That's ideal. It's what you want, but it's making you aware of that. So you got to hold it up a little bit to get it back together. It's not really a big deal. Now, I imagine once you get 2 screws started, you can set it down and you won't have any issues. Yes. So there it is, installed. You can see that the fan intake does stick up a fair amount over the outside if you're worried about heating issues. It does have plenty of clearance. And then, as I mentioned, to get access to your front I/O, you just pop that front cover off. It is magnetic. It comes off super easy. And it's a nice little nice little package. I like it. Oh, that's funny. That is super funny. All right, let's get it reconnected and then I'll get some glamour shots of this bad boy. All right, so in closing, again, my only complaint is I do use those front USB-C ports for my backup disk and for my working disk for YouTube. So I will have to remove that panel pretty frequently. I'm glad that it's magnetic, but I wish I would have waited just a little bit and I would have bought one of the copycat brands that has, you know, the front laid out a little better so you can access that front I/O without removing the panel. But besides that, overall, it's a really great product. It's really cool if you like the MacPro design like I do, but there's no way you would ever buy one because of their price tag. It's pretty cool, like novelty thing to do with your Mac Mini. All right, that's all I have for this one. Thank you again for stopping by. Please smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and help feed that algorithm. I hope you have a great afternoon, and like always, thank you for watching.